Hey all, good morning and welcome to ShareTrek. This is Raj here. Welcome to the morning show. The last two episodes of this show have been pretty long, around 30 minutes. So somehow I lost track of the time. There was too many things to talk about. But this one is going to be pretty short. I have deliberately tried to compress everything. So let's get started. Welcome back, friends. I'd like to start with Apple. Apple kept the prices of iPhone 14 series the same in the US, the same as what it was charging for iPhone 13 model. The iPhone 14 base model will start at $799. And when it comes to Apple has raised the price of its iPhone for most of the bigger market globally. This is its reaction to the stronger dollar, but I think it's going to make iPhone very expensive outside of the United States. The event and information did not change much for the stock price, in my opinion. However, I just had a look at the charts before starting this video. There's a bullish candlestick pattern out there, which potentially indicates that there might be a reversal in the cards today for Apple. So most of these patterns are most likely predictions. They don't guarantee an uptick, but it's a bullish harami that I found on the chart, and I'm expecting that there should be a bit of a upward movement in Apple share prices today. However, I have a note of caution for Apple investors, and it is that Apple has kept the price of iPhone the same in mainland China. It's the only exception that it has made because China is one of its most important markets, and Apple's Greater China revenue segment, which includes Hong Kong, the mainland, and Taiwan, was its third largest region by sales in the second quarter of the year. This means Apple is sensitive to Chinese market, and if the US-China rivalry escalated, then Apple has higher risks to its top line and bottom line. And that's the major concern I would have as an Apple investor. Apart from this, worldwide, there are many problems such as war, drought, famine, national bankruptcy, and food insecurity. And however, inflation is a raging worldwide problem which is common to all governments. And most of the governments are mopping up liquidity from the market, except for Turkey, which is continuing to reduce its interest rates. This has led to less risk being taken and capital being very expensive. This all tends towards being very recessionary in nature. We are therefore still in a bear market at this point of time, and any price movement upward for the stocks or the indices is likely to be followed by a more steep downward movement. So with that said, I would just like to go and have a look at the pre-market price action. Well, friends, we are in the chart for Nasdaq futures, and I can see that the Nasdaq future is down minus 0.13%. And it's got support at 12,168.25, and it has got resistance, which is this yellow exponential moving average line, which is sitting at 12,363.16 at this point of time. And looking at the momentum, I don't think it's going to fall too much, but at the same time, I don't see upward pressure out there. Already pre-market, we are down minus 1.13%. I'm hoping that the first level of support of 12,168.25 may hold. If not, we are down to a bottom of 11,843.00. So that's the range I see for Nasdaq futures. And now let's go on and have a look at the indicators. Let's first look at US oil. US oil is bouncing off the line of support out here, which was earlier a line of resistance for the bear channel. So we can look at it as a promoted bear channel in the sense that we are, instead of being below this, we are above this, and this line is going to perform support going forward for US oil. US oil is in a pretty decent shape out here. It's up 0.72%. And looking at the momentum, it seems like there's going to be a bit of a spike in US oil price today. If you look at QQQ, it's down minus 0.02% today. It has converted the earlier resistance of 297.40 into a support. And today, pre-market, we are down minus 0.02%. And the 9-day exponential moving average, which is sitting at 301.98, still continues to be a resistance for us. And our support for today, the very bottom, after if we manage to breach 297.40, the very bottom support for us today is going to be around 288.44, which is on this diagonal line of support. And if I look at the momentum, I think that there is going to be a little bit of an upward movement in the market because the momentum is picking up. So it looks good out here. We'll see what happens when the market opens. S&P 500 is up 0.05%, and it has got a line of resistance out here. I'm just going to dispense with this right now. It doesn't seem valid at this point of time. We need to have a little more sample before we can draw a line of resistance on the top. But right now, the resistance is going to come from the 9-day exponential moving average sitting at 399.66, which is this yellow line, and from 401.19, which is this red line out here, red horizontal line. So those two are the resistance that we have, and the support that we have initially is going to be at 395.84, and the next support that we have is going to be at 392.70. Those are the two supports we have. And again, if I look at the MACD and the momentum seems to support a notion that there might be a bit of greens in S&P 500 today. IWM Russell's index is down minus 0.05%, and it is still above this diagonal line of support. So I'm holding out hope that we are going to stay above this line of support. We are going to stay above 181.86 today. Right now we are at 182.10, and also the momentum is pointing upward. That's the reason why I think we can latch on to this diagonal bull channel that we have out here, on which we were traveling before, and get back on track with that. Our resistance is going to be at 183.72, and followed by the 9-day exponential moving average at 184.07. Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 0.10% today, and it's above our resistance of 316.20. Right now it's at 316.64. So I'm just going to quickly mark the previous resistances, which are now become support, as green, so that they can show us that they are the support. So our first support today is going to be 316.20, and the next support is going to be 312.49 if the upward momentum does not sustain. If the upward momentum sustains, then we have resistance at the 9-day exponential moving average sitting at 318.84. So that's the best I can tell about Dow Jones Industrial Average. The VIX is positive today, but it is well within the range of yesterday, and it's on the bottom of yesterday's range. So it seems to be constrained by the 9-day exponential moving average sitting at 25.03. And also we still have the momentum above average. So I think that the VIX still has potential to splurge a little bit, and it can have resistance at 27.20, which has been a very strong resistance capping all the movements. But at the same time, if I was to draw a line of support out here, then we can definitely see that the VIX is on a line of support, so therefore it's got a very good chance of bouncing upward and going past the 9-day exponential moving average and going up. This is the green candle for today. This is the candle for 7th of September, 8th of September, and this is the one that is developing, and it's poised to break through the 9-day exponential moving average, in my opinion. Put call ratio is neutral, I would say. And if you look at the US dollar index is falling. This is positive for the share markets, and it's got support at the 9-day exponential moving average sitting at 13,162.81, failing which the next level of support is going to be 13,122.21. I don't expect dollar index to fall too much. It was overbought, therefore it's cooling off a little bit. So we'll see a little bit of cooling off today, and then maybe later on during the day it may probably revert. So with that said, I would like to go and have a look at the index movers. And the first one for me is going to be Amazon, which has still not filled the gap that it has from before. And it's up 0.01% this morning. And if I look at Google, Google has demonstrated a move upward yesterday. It got constrained by the 9-day exponential moving average. And today pre-market, we are down 0.30% from where we ended yesterday. However, the momentum is poised to move upward, and if the momentum continues to move upward, then we are going to break through the 9-day exponential moving average, and our 20-day exponential moving average at 113.13 will become the extent of our range today. And if we were to fall down, our support is at 105.06. Now if we look at Apple is down minus 0.19% today. It seems that the price action is reflecting a bit of disappointment from yesterday. There is no price hike in iPhone 14, And also that means iPhone 13 is not going to sell as much, given that people have a choice to buy 14 instead of 13. So one should expect a price drop for iPhone 13 to clear the inventories. That would mean a reduction in top line and bottom line for Apple. However, this candlestick out here, the red candlestick followed by the green one for 7th of September, tries to indicate bullish harami, which is a Japanese candle pattern which shows an upward movement is imminent. So we have to wait and see what happens with Apple today. But the fundamentals indicate that Apple price should fall, and technicals indicate that Apple price should go up. So we'll have to see what happens. I can't make a call out here. Microsoft is up 1.19% as of yesterday, but it's flat this morning, and it has got a resistance at 259.95, and it has got a support at 252.00, and there seems to be a bias to move upward today. So we'll see what happens with the market. I don't think any of these index movers have been confidently demonstrating an upward move, so I'm not able to make a call out here. And when I look at Bitcoin, it's still under the 20,000 limit, and it's still bouncing off a support of 18,600. And today it's already negative, and if Nasdaq goes down, it's going to move down. Then if you look at commodities, wheat is again starting to go up, but it's going to be facing resistance from this diagonal line of resistance, which was earlier a support. And copper is also going up 2.28%, and it's going to face a resistance out here at 3.55, which I'm going to mark as a resistance. And before that, it has to break through the 20-day exponential moving average sitting at 3.53. So that's what I have with the commodities. Now let's look at genomics. And if I sort this out, just to get the best shares on the top. Yesterday was a wonderful day for genomics, contrary to what I thought about. And we have been surprised yet once again. Invite is up 11.3%, and again today pre-market it's down minus 1.59%. Editas is up 10.84% as of yesterday, and it has broken through our resistance of 15.37, which I'm going to mark as a support, and it has got a resistance from the 9-day exponential moving average, which is sitting at 15.25. So it has to break through that today. Momentum is just at average, and MACD is poised to cross over the signal line in a bullish manner. So Editas is looking good at this point of time. Pre-market it's up 0.88%, which is around 14 cents. Wow is up 9.19%, and it has broken through the minor resistance of 37.85, which I'm going to mark as a support for today. Pre-market there are no trades, but momentum is pretty good, and therefore I think there's going to be a little bit of positive in store for Verve. Caribou Biosciences is up 9.72% as of yesterday. Flat pre-market, there are no trades, and our resistance is going to be the confluence of the 200-day exponential moving average and the diagonal line of support from the previous bull channel, which is now a diagonal line of resistance for us. I'm going to just color it red, and I'm going to increase the thickness of this so that you can see it clearly. And if I was to look at what is going to be today's resistance, the ultimate resistance for today is going to be 11.97, which is the diagonal line, and the other resistance is the 200-day exponential moving average sitting at 11.82. So they are the two resistances, and the support is going to be here at 10.82. Looking at the momentum, I think Caribou is still destined to go upwards. DNA 9.13% increase yesterday, and 1.71% drop today. So there's a bit of a giving up of gains, and our all these lines of resistance are going to continue to perform the resistance. This is the resistance for today, 2.68, which is also closely aligned with the 9-day exponential moving average sitting at 2.66. Right now, pre-market, we are at 2.59. So I think this is going to be a major resistance for today, and our support is going to be at 2.12. If I look at Bluebird, it's down 1.02%, but Bluebird is still on a strong bull channel. And fundamentally, if I look at Bluebird, there is still the FDA approval pending for 2 of its therapies, and one of them is due somewhere around 15th. So just a week away. So I don't expect Bluebird to fall below this diagonal line of support here. And for today, the diagonal line of support is 6.24. That's the bottom line for today. Momentum is looking good. MACD is also looking good for Bluebird. PSEB is flat pre-market. It was up 6.93% yesterday, and we are still within this range. So if anybody is holding Bluebird, this would, PSEB, this would be a time to either sell a call or sell the share, because I think it may likely come down. Again, this is my personal opinion, not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before making any trade moves. The momentum is contrary to what I'm seeing out here in terms of resistance and support, because momentum is still pointing up. Let us look at the one-day chart. I think there is no trade so far, so there is no change in the momentum. So I think the momentum is something that may support breaking through this resistance, but if it did not, then it's going back towards the support. So placing a call would be a good idea. SQZ. SQZ is up 5.78% from yesterday, but today there is no deals, no trades pre-market, and I think our resistance of 3.02, which has been converted to a support, is going to be our first line of support for today. There's a resistance from the 50-day exponential moving average, which is sitting at 3.21. That's going to be our resistance. And if I look at the momentum, it seems to support the idea of an upward movement, or at least staying above the line of support. But we'll see what happens when the market opens. Beam is up 5.44% as of yesterday. No trades pre-market, and our resistance at 53.44 is now converted into a support. And our resistance today is going to be the 20-day exponential moving average sitting at 56.97, failing which we have a resistance at 58.74, which is this red line out here, which is the 200-day exponential moving average. So those are our resistances, and our support is going to be at 53.44. Momentum is just below average, so there is a chance that it could pick up or it could fall down, so it's too close to call. Now, Teladoc is down 0.33% today, and we still have support at 28.04, and we have resistance at the 9-day exponential moving average 31.21. So the momentum is still weak. It needs to pick up further in order for us to make a confirmed call on an upward movement in price for Teladoc. Then next I go on to Allogene, which is up 4.34% as of yesterday. No trades today. It has got very, very, very strong support from the 200-day exponential moving average and the 50-day exponential moving average in the 13.58 to 13.63 price range, and that's going to be sustained. And it has got a resistance from the 20-day exponential moving average at 14.47, failing which it's going to face resistance somewhere around $15 today, which is the diagonal line of resistance, which was earlier a line of support in the bull channel. Now let's go to Intelia, which is up 4.05% as of yesterday. No trades pre-market. So we have managed to get above this diagonal line of resistance. It's a big question whether we can continue to stay above this line of resistance. So if we open at the levels that we left off yesterday, then we have support from this diagonal line of support and the horizontal line of support, both of which converge somewhere around 56.47. And I think that's going to be a very strong support for today, failing which the next support is going to be 53.99, and the resistance is going to be the 9-day exponential moving average at 58.42. Let's look at CRISPR Therapeutics. CRISPR Therapeutics are up 3.59% yesterday, and I had expected yesterday that CRISPR would go up. It did. Today there is no trade pre-market, and we still have a big resistance out here by this diagonal line of resistance. And today, I think it depends on where it opens pre-market. The momentum is pointing upward. If it opens at around the same price as yesterday, then I think we'll still have support from this diagonal line of support out here, which is this red line, which was a line of resistance for our bear channel. So we would have broken out of this bear channel. I'm expecting that to happen because momentum is pointing upwards. Let us hope that happens and this becomes a new line of support for us, failing which we have support at 61.83, and if we succeed to cross this, then we have resistance with the 9-day exponential moving average sitting at 65.89. Illumina was up yesterday 2.35%, and today again it's up 0.61%, and we have absolute support at 197.10, and the 9-day exponential moving average, and we have resistance at 210.87, which is the horizontal line of resistance, and the 50-day exponential moving average is merging into it, so it's a very strong resistance. Looking at the momentum, I think there's going to be a positive movement for Illumina today. And if I was to look at IMTX, IMATX is up 1.80%, and pre-market it is still flat. IMATX is on a strong bull channel, and I think the bull channel is going to hold on. Our next level of support is going to be 12.71, which was a horizontal line of resistance which has been breached, and I think we are going to be able to now move sidewards if required a little bit today, given that we are approaching close to being overbought, but I see an upward movement based on the technicals. And I think the moment we become overbought, we'll move a bit sideways, but we are still going to have support from this diagonal line of support, which is this bull channel. So we're going to stay on the bull channel. I'm going to remove this tentative diagonal line of resistance I have put out there, and it has been breached, so it doesn't make any sense any further. So with that said, I think I would like to bring this video to an end, my friends. Our videos are starting to get longer, and I know you guys don't have as much time, and I would like to keep it short. So this is a brief analysis, and if you like this video, please press a like out there. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe and help us grow this channel. We are stuck at 630 plus for quite a few days. We want to see that go up, and your support is most welcome. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.